There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was privacy. The winds blew hard and fear dipped down below me, crypto boys blow. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. She'd not been but 2 years from shore when her value it began to soar. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take those bankers in tow. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. Before the boat had hit the water, bankers came but never caught her. All in sync we hid and fought, and then they began to know. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. No chain was cut, no block was freed, and the captain's mind was not on greed, but he belonged to the pirate's creed and took those bankers in tow. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. For fear days to be no more, the crypto sank, then rose once more. Coins were lost, yet we do endure, and still that system did go. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on, the chain's not cut, and the block's not gone. We pirates make our regular call, we're with the captain, the crew and dawn. One day when the system is done, soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go.
What's going on, everyone? Hopefully everyone's having a good day, and I know that I am, and let's get this thing kicked off. So, first thing I want to talk about today is the mobile wallet. Now, during the EU meeting today for the monthly update, I misspoke, and because I mentioned that Mulroy and Forge were working on the iOS wallet and stuff like that, which I thought it was that, but it's actually improvements to the Android version. However, like I mentioned in the previous meeting, Grulsa Tinder is working on a iOS wallet for Pirate, so that's in the private testing phase right now. So I just wanted to make sure that I say that first, because that was an error on my part. So this way it clears everything up. Forge, do you want to go over anything with the mobile wallet stuff? Talk about any improvements?
Not yet. I don't have anything to report yet, but we are looking at it again.
Cool. So speaking of wallets, we had believe this occurred after last month's monthly meeting, which was the seed phrases being added to the the full node wallet. So now everything is compatible with one another, so you can import your seed phrase to the different wallets and everything, and just have one seed phrase. And on top of that, Forge figured out how to add encryption to the full node wallet, which is something that everyone's been asking for a long time. And I believe we beat Zcash to the punch with that because they don't have that yet for their Z address wallets. Would that be correct, Forge?
That is correct. We have introduced full wallet encryption, which means that every record in your wallet is encrypted. It doesn't, you can't, it won't, there is no plain text data of any keys, any transaction IDs, any metadata whatsoever. All of that information is encrypted, so any kind of adversary that may get a hold of your wallet.dat will not be able to determine your balance, what transactions you've participated in, won't have access to any of your keys, viewing, spending, or otherwise.
I know that there's tons of people that were asking about that, but what was the just out of curiosity, what was the difficulty in trying to do that, trying to make an encrypted wallet?
A lot of it had to do with rewriting how things are indexed within the database wallet file. The protocols that we pulled down from Zcash use a lot of the viewing keys to index other types of things. Like the incoming viewing key is used as an index for a lot of other information, and that didn't really make a lot of sense to me. So I had to rewrite a lot of that protocol so that those keys weren't used to index data, which didn't make any sense to me. And then I had to rewrite a bunch of protocols just to encrypt the transactions because that wasn't part of any protocol. That was basically a new piece that had to be that I wanted to have encrypted because I didn't want to leave unencrypted data in the wallet that could let somebody know what transactions you have partaken in. So if somebody got a hold of your wallet, even if they couldn't spend your funds, they could still see, oh, you received 5,000 coins from this address here, or you sent 5,000 coins to that address there on whenever. So I wanted to make sure that no matter what, as long as they didn't have your password, they couldn't identify anything. Everything was encrypted. So I mean, it just took a while to rewrite all that stuff.
Yeah, so basically what you did was you integrated one thing and then took it like several steps further by literally encrypting everything. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, everything. There's there's just nothing that is available. Once the wallet is encrypted, it is encrypted top to bottom. There's nothing there that anybody can figure out.
That's awesome.
And that's actually already been partially audited by one of our auditors that is going through some of our code. He's already audited that wallet encryption piece. And basically the only feedback I got was that I didn't check for a long enough password. Was the crux of any issues with the encryption.
Gotcha. Awesome. Yeah, anything else you want to add before we move on?
No, I mean, that's it for the wallet encryption. I am working on the peer-to-peer traffic encryption, which will be part of our next release. So I'm testing that now. It looks pretty good.
You wanna just give a brief intro of what that does?
Yeah, right now the wallets communicate in plain text between each other. So you'll have your full node wallet and somebody else's full node wallet, and they talk in plain text. So that anybody in between the two wallets can see what the what the wallets are passing back and forth between each other. And all they're doing is passing blocks and transactions between each other. So there's no real compromise to the information, but we want to encrypt it. So we're going to encrypt the communications between nodes. That way, um, the messages between nodes can't be intercepted. And I've got some ideas of how this can help with some distributed P2P communication later on down the road. So let's say you want to have a conversation with somebody, but you don't want them to know your IP address, or you don't want them to know anything about you. I've got some ideas about how to do that in kind of a distributed manner. And once the network is encrypted, nobody will be able to monitor it. But I'm not working on that now. That's just a little bit down the road. But the first step
No.
is to make sure that the network is encrypted.
Yeah, of course. It's always good to hear about future plans as well. So.
Mhm.
Sweet. Hey, Tim, you want to hop on and talk about marketing a little bit? Tim? Here we go.
Oh, hi there. Yeah, well, I just wanted to quickly mention, well done to Scott Perry, who was the winner of our music competition. We didn't get to mention it last time. So he is the guy that did the song with the guitar, which was obviously the remix of the original version, but DJ Fatal, or as you know him, Low Fat Milk. So that was an amazing competition. We had around 30 submissions. There was a lot of views on YouTube and a lot of buzz. And I think we have a fair winner, although we had some fantastic tracks from other people, and the runners-up were equally as good. But Scott Perry stood out. So once again, well done to him. With other news in marketing, we've just reached 65,000 followers in last month. So that's another milestone for us, and that's another month of growth. And it looks like our socials are getting stronger and stronger. And in terms of the NFT competition, maybe Zulu or Wookie has some more information, but from what we know, it's still underway, the preparation for it. So the artists are finalizing their their collections, and as soon as that's done, it should be all underway for Pirate to have the first NFT sale. The last thing I wanted to mention was an effort that was done last month by the Army, where on a Friday, everybody tweeted the hashtag #WeArePirate. That was an event that managed to get a lot of people, a lot of followers. It pushed the word out everywhere. So this hashtag is still being used now. So if you want to support that initiative, tweet with the hashtag #WeArePirate, all one word, as often as you can with original content, and that helps really increase the visibility of Pirate, and hopefully we think that at some point it's going to catch on, and a lot more people are going to start using it when the moment is right. I think that's it for me in marketing.
Cool. Now, in terms of War and the casino, they from all the metrics that we've
You cut
seen.
out,
Yep,
Trey.
I know. So the casino and War have all been pretty successful with all the metrics that we've seen so far. And the casino itself has been, I think it was 140 something thousand bets placed, approximately like 200 users, um, tons and tons of cool stuff. So I know that one user won, I think it was like something like 400 ARRR, which is awesome. And so far, that's pulled in decent amount of revenue for Pirate Chain itself, for marketing and things that we need, that we need for funding and stuff like that. And War itself has gotten a lot of traction and has pulled in a decent amount of funding from that 0.5% that comes in for Pirate as well.
I found the numbers.
I don't have them in front of me from that.
I have them.
Oh, cool.
So it's 141,000 bets placed. There's a total of 181 active users right now playing. And the total amount in bets that's sitting in there right now is 33,000 R.
No, that's how many bets have. That's how much in total in bets have been placed.
Yeah, total amount in bets, right?
Yeah, total amount that has been bet.
Yep.
Oh yeah, so the statistics behind that are pretty awesome. Shows a lot of usage and everything like that. Now there are a couple things that we'll be throwing out toward the casino sometime soon. I think Big Wheel 6 is one of them, and we're actively working on multiplayer poker. So, multiplayer Texas Hold'em. So that's something to look forward to. Not anytime soon, because poker is a really hard thing to solve. But aside from that, War, on the other hand, like I said, has gotten a lot of traction. And basically, I decided that probably toward the end of the year, what I'll be doing is I'll be replacing the staking contract with individualized reward addresses. The upside of that is the balance fluctuation for rewards will be non-existent because it'll be going to individualized reward addresses. Downside is it'll cost a little bit more to claim your rewards. So I figured that would probably be the best way to move, specifically because of people asking questions or complaining about the reward fluctuation, things like that. So when that happens, or when the new staking contract will be available, I'll let everybody know. We'll have both the old one and the new one on there so that people can unstake from the old one and then stake into the new one. So, and then based off of a question from the meeting for the EU monthly update, the bridge statistics will be available sometime soon. There's a bunch of stuff that the team had to handle, but that's squared away now, and then they're focusing on the bridge statistics to get that up and running to have for everyone to look at. So now, aside from that, I don't know if Benny is here, but if he is, he's welcome to come up stage and talk about his meetup that's coming up soon. I'll briefly talk about it, and then if he's here, he can fill in. But November 9th, in Miami, basically, Benny is holding a MYOFB conference, Mind Your Own Effing Business conference. And basically, it's a meetup at a local seafood joint where people can meet up and talk about privacy, talk about all of these different topics, and discuss how to improve one's privacy. Talk about pirate chain, obviously, all that fun stuff. Um, there's a bunch of benefits that go to it. I think um, if you say R when you're going to check out, you get 10% off your meal, and I think you get a free shot of rum. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what he said. But yeah, it's going to be a monthly meetup. So the first one is going to be on the 9th. It's going to be I think it's the second Tuesday of every month, if I remember correctly. So it'll be this month on the 9th, and then the second Tuesday of next month, and so forth. So shout out to Benny for setting up all that stuff. It's doing an amazing job as usual. Oh yeah, so a couple people to recognize. Actually, a few people. Gilly and Sems have been promoted to deckhands for their outstanding work. They've been just going hardcore with Pirate, doing some amazing jobs with graphics and everything like that, and just various things that the project can use. And because of that, they've been promoted to deckhand, which is awesome because it's always great expanding the team even more and more to the other members that can contribute and things like that. So, Tim, you want to say a few words on that?
Yeah, I want to say that I've been working both with Gilly Bates and Sams for some time now, and they are both incredible at what they do. I mean, both their static images and their animation is fantastic. I mean, I'm sure you have seen a lot of their work around because I've been posting it from my socials for some time now, but it's easy also to recognize it. Both of them have a distinct sort of style, and they've just been doing amazing work. I mean, I don't know if anybody has seen Sam's graphic with Pac-Man, eating the BNB coins and then spewing R coins at the end. I mean, I thought that was genius. And in general, like all the work that he has been doing is very much like simplifying the concepts that surround R. And it's not just these two guys. There's other people like Bago and Brian and a few others that have been creating art for Pirate in the army, and they've been doing some amazing stuff. So well deserved for these two guys to be promoted, and we hope to see more people joining the team.
Awesome.
Yeah, if you have a look at the weekly meeting chat, somebody posted the graphic. It's fantastic. I think it was Phoenix that posted it.
Nice. Also, whoever can post up the flyer for Benny's meetup and the link
That's
for it.
already done. I posted a blog post, so the link from the blog post is already in weekly meeting chat as well. I'll post it now on the rest of the socials.
Cool. Also, wanted to give a shout out to Seiko for, as usual, the Armada, growing that and cultivating it. Seiko's been kicking ass with growing the Armada and expanding it in terms of number of businesses and services that are offered on there for that accept Pirate. So massive shout out to him because he's doing a kick-ass job with that. All right, did I miss anything, Tim?
I think there was some work that Grewal Satinder was doing with something, right? With an iOS version of a wallet.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier, but yeah.
Sorry, I missed that. Sorry,
Yeah,
apologies.
just to reiterate, yeah, Satinder's working on an iOS wallet for Pirate. It's completely separate from the Android wallet we have now, so it's not going to be a port over. It's a completely new wallet. So Be on the lookout for that. Currently, it's in private testing.
I mean, did we say that we have another surprise with a third party?
Oh yeah. So another wallet update. At the end of this month, we'll be integrated into a third-party wallet. It's a multi-coin wallet.
It's called.
Exactly. It's called. Hold on, let me eat my food real quick. So yeah. So I guarantee a lot of you can probably guess who it is, or at least have a few guesses as to who it is. But um, but yeah, just as a hint, it's a solid wallet. It's been out for quite a while. Has a very good reputation, and we've spoken to them before. So, and the head guy is a really awesome guy. I love that dude. I actually met him in person down in Miami during the Bitcoin conference when I was down there. So, but anyways, I believe that's all the updates I got. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask, or if anybody wants to raise their hand to speak on stage, to ask or comment, feel free.
Okay, I have a question from R2D2 on YouTube. He's asking, when is this going up? Is it going to be in the near 20 years? I bought at $10 and the price keeps going down.
Well, just like I would say most other projects, because some actually can do this, we don't control our price. The only thing we can control and the things that we're focused on is development, making sure that our wallets are up to date and functional, enhancing user privacy, coming out with services and products that enhance user privacy and security, and so forth. We've been delivering on our end. As far as the price, I can't really comment on that because literally we do everything that we possibly can to make sure our users are safe and secure, and we would expect that to be reflected in price and whatnot. But markets are a different animal. I mean, let me break it down to you this way. Markets are so different that you have something like Squid Game, which was a scam that most people could see right away that it was a scam. That flew up hundreds of thousands of percent and then rug pulled everybody. Why would anybody buy that, right? So markets are a completely different thing.
I thought that was a good coin.
I mean, the name itself should have told you that, okay, if this is anything like the show, everyone's going to die except for one person.
Squid is delicious.
And yeah, it ain't no game though.
I just love fried squid. What can I say?
Tactic Fantastic has his hand raised, and welcome aboard, buddy. What's up?
You need to unmute Tactic.
All right. Have you got any new exchange listings on the horizon?
Nothing that we can discuss. There are, I think there's one or two that are just an idea of getting onto, but not much in talks in terms of like talking with the exchange itself, or nothing has progressed enough for us to really update.
Great. Thanks very much.
Yep, no problem.
Somebody else is asking this, and actually somebody mentioned it the other day on Twitter. But what I'm wondering about is, I mean, we're in some pretty good exchanges now. So how are more exchange listings going to help us even further?
Realistically, the only thing it could potentially do is have a few more users here and there. That's it. I mean, it's not gonna have the effect that it used to.
I mean, unless a really cool DEX came along and we get on there, that'll be fantastic. But otherwise for centralized exchanges, I mean, KuCoin is pretty massive and pretty cool. So yeah.
I mean, unless it's Binance, I guess, but even Binance has its issues.
Yeah, Binance now has full KYC.
Yep. All right, they invited Hornstra. He had his hands up. What's up, buddy?
Ahoy, my hearties.
Can barely hear you.
We can hear you a little bit low.
How's that?
Yeah,
Barely.
if you talk loud, you might manage it.
Okay. So I'm going to try talk loud as I can now. Long-term supporter of you guys. Thank you very much. I'm loving what you guys do with your updates. It's fantastic. Did I hear something about staking?
Yeah. So, with War, I mean, you can currently stake liquidity with War. The staking contract is going to be changed probably in the next few months, and it's going to be changed from pool staking to individualized reward addresses, so that there's no balance fluctuation when it comes to rewards being given to users, and then people, claiming their rewards and the balance fluctuating around. So, we'll be doing that probably in the next 2-3 months or so.
Phenomenal. Thank you. I think I might have worked it out.
I mean, just for everyone's information, there's just under $500,000 available as liquidity for War right now on PancakeSwap.
And that's all users, individual users.
Yep.
That's cool. Do I sound better now?
Slightly. Not really, though.
I don't know. And also just to some help with those guys that have bought at like $10. If they average in their buys and they buy some nice $1.80 at the moment or whatever it is, that actually brings their average down so that it leaves them less exposed.
I think the key here, and with everything in crypto, is to wait. When we were sitting on, lots of coins in the beginning, and their value was like 2-3 cents, it was nothing. But then suddenly, a year or like a year and a half later, that nothing became millions for some people. So
That's right.
my advice to these people: just wait, because it's gonna come around again, and when it does next time, those people that bought at those prices and now are scared, and they want to sell. Sure, they can do so, but they're just gonna lose out.
See, what Hornstra's talking about is DCAing, which stands for dollar cost averaging, right? So, with that, essentially what that is say you buy it $10, right? So now your break-even point's $10, and then now say it's $1 and you buy the same amount at $1, right? Now your break-even point is at $5 instead of 10. So if you DCA up and down, it helps minimize your risk, as long as you just don't FOMO in and just throw everything you got all at once. That's never recommended. But as long as you play it careful, do some DCA, and then throw in small chunks. That minimizes your risk while exposing, like at the same time, putting you in a good position. So
Thank you very much, you guys. I'll jump off and I'll take my leave.
yeah, appreciate it, Hornstra. All right, Quest for Designs had his hand up. What's up, buddy?
You're muted.
Hey, sorry about that. Hey, I just wanted to ask a quick question. I've been putting together meeting notes. I'm putting it into the weekly meeting chat for the meetings that we've done and the ones we've done in the past. I want to get more active in doing marketing and type documentation for you guys. So I was just curious, would a detailed FAQ be a good way to start, or where point me in the right direction so I can get started with working on some of the documentation for you guys?
I absolutely love that. Just DM me after this meeting, and we can talk about the areas we need to address first. That'll be fantastic. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I just sent you a friend request. So yeah, we'll talk afterwards. Thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Quest.
Yep.
Awesome. Do we have any questions or anything from socials anywhere?
No, but I'm still excited about Quest for Designs. I mean, that proposal is the best one I've heard for a long time now.
I knew you'd be happy.
That is bloody fantastic. So Obey Crypto Jesus is asking any chance of R getting into the NFT market.
As something more than just a couple pieces of art, that's a huge maybe. Basically, at least with my view of NFTs, in terms of pirate, we would need to have some sort of utility behind it. And like what that utility is something that I'm still trying to brainstorm on. So if I were to come up with something that's a good idea that I, talk to the crewmates about and they all say it's good, then we'll do something like that. But until then, not yet.
Rich R is asking if there's any updates on the silver pirate chain coins.
I knew somebody was going to ask about that. Yeah, so I'm still actually waiting to hear back from my manufacturer about total cost, or basically ballpark cost of what the coins would be and stuff like that. Because it'd be this. It's going to be the same as last time, except obviously silver's gone up since then. And on top of that, Sems, I believe it was Sems that had an awesome design that I'll be sending over to my manufacturer to check and see how much it would cost for them to do. So it was just basically was an animated image that I sent to the manufacturer just to have them have an idea of what it would look like. Just so that they can know exactly what type of work they would need to do. Because the image that Sims produced was so freaking awesome and super clear that it's really easy to see what would need to be done on it. So, anyways, I'm still waiting to hear back from them. I've called them like maybe once a week, but they're ultra busy with stuff. So, it's just a wait and see game at this point.
How is asking, will the dev fee on War open Pirate Chain up to possible regulation problems, making it a centralized entity making profit?
Well, for one, it's the users that are actually generating profit from that. And as far as Pirate Chain itself, we're not a legal entity or anything to that extent. And as far as, the funds going into Pirate, they would have to find out who's, like everybody that would be involved in that. And But either way, it's more like a what's it called? Well, for one, it's not even in a specific country, so it's not like the people involved are U.S. based or all U.S. based or whatever. You know, so I don't see how anything could be really regulated in that sense.
And how did we suddenly become a centralized entity?
I have no idea.
Hmm.
Yeah, Pirate itself is just an organization of people, like this decentralized organization of people. If that makes sense. It's all community members working for the project. It's all volunteers and things like that. So, what else we got, Tim?
There's somebody who wants us to compare Pirate Chain to Darrow.
zk-SNARKs versus Ring CT. Enough said.
Good one. Gibson Les Paul is asking, will auto-staking be an option within the wallet in future releases?
What do you mean by auto staking?
I think he refers to the other staking, not the liquidity staking that we do. I think he refers to the more traditional staking, which is if you hold your coins in a wallet, then they multiply.
I'm against that for the fact that, for one, the reason why people are staking liquidity and getting paid for it, essentially getting paid for it via the transaction taxes and stuff like that, is because they're actually helping out the project in that sense. They're providing liquidity on an exchange in exchange for getting paid from or getting rewarded from the taxes that occur on that network. Whereas just by doing nothing with war at all, just letting it sit there does nothing for Pirate or war itself. Yeah, some people view hodling as a way of support, but at the same time, the real support, like the best support, would be usage, not buying or selling, but spending and then accepting and things like that. Like basically getting merchants to accept Pirate Chain and then having that circulation continue throughout all the merchants and keep expanding. Because the more currency gets used, that's when it's truly labeled as a currency. Versus if the majority of a quote unquote currency is held, then that's more of a speculation investment or something to that extent, in my opinion, at least. So that's why rewarding liquidity providers to me is important, because that's a really important facet of trading and things like that, and then utilizing the war service as well, because you can't utilize war if you don't have any war. So yeah, so that's why I would be against it.
Yeah, how is talking about, he says that, he says centralized in the eyes of the regulators in the future, but how is you have to think that we made a few $1,000s from war so far. Other people have made, multi-millions from, from fees on their, DeFi coins. So I'm not too sure how deep we are in that kind of environment.
Well, no, but not even that. Think about it this way: who's going to come after? Who's going to come after us? Like, you can't say that this team is located in X country, because it's not true. We're located around the world. I don't think there's really more than one or two people out of the tons of team members that we have that are located in even remotely the same area. So that's the true beauty of Pirate Chain, is that we are worldwide. We're located in pretty much every single country out there.
Yeah, so Venom Music is asking, could R ever hold smart contracts, or could the pirate devs develop a zk-SNARK smart contract blockchain?
My initial thought is no, but that'd be more of a Forge question.
That
Forge,
sounds
what-
pretty difficult. I'm not going to say no, but that sounds pretty challenging.
Well, so I'll rephrase my no. So it's a no for right now. A no for the foreseeable future.
I don't think that people understand what the risks are. I mean, we saw with Conceal, right? What the risks are with smart contracts and privacy. People think it's easy to just apply, Ring City or zk-SNARKs on this entire operation and keep it always safe. But look at what happened to Conceal.
And
They're
Haven,
just
right?
they're just the first ones, because everybody who has smart contract functionality could run into very serious issues.
And Haven as well, I believe.
Yeah. So it's not it's not an easy area, and whilst people are saying, they've built, really cool systems that keep you 100% private and you can trade anything and blah 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 blah. Let's see. Let's see, because when the first hack comes in, then all your privacy is out of the window. And your privacy needs to be compromised only once.
Well, either your privacy or just your money in general.
Well, that's what's in play here, your financial privacy, your money.
Was this answer in regards to the smart contracts on shielded transactions?
Yeah. That was the question. If we're gonna go ahead and do, a smart contract functionality where you'll be able to have zk-SNARKs and smart contracts together, I think that's another thing that a lot of people don't pay notice to. So a lot of people are creating. Sorry, Satinder, I'm just gonna finish very quickly, and then you can say what you want. A lot of people don't realize that a lot of these projects, they do not use zk-SNARKs. They use zero knowledge proofs. And Satinder and Forge, you're much better than me to explaining what the difference is between these two systems, but it's not the same level of privacy as I understand it.
So I have been also looking different projects who are using zero knowledge proofs technology. There are not just one, there are many different mechanisms which are used to create zero knowledge transactions and techniques to make zero knowledge proof, blockchain applications. So I have been looking around. I looked at some projects which are in development. I have looked at some projects which are already out there. Some interesting projects to me were Mina, which was scalable, very lightweight blockchain. They are using, I think, different zero knowledge proofs technology than Zcash. Zcash is using zk-SNARKs. There is another project, Ironfish, which is in development. Ironfish uses Groth 16, something like that. So different projects are using different zero knowledge proofs technologies.
But zero knowledge proofs is weaker than zk-SNARKs, isn't it?
To be honest, I am also not up to date and not too in depth with these kind of things. So my knowledge is also limited on this. But zero knowledge proofs with zk-SNARKs is kind of the strongest standard in the industry. But there are also, among others, which are in research and also competing with this strong, zk-SNARKs mechanism. So I wouldn't, leave them like as a weak one or strong one, but they are competing. I'm sure they must be doing something good. That's why these other projects are implementing there. But I don't have a strong opinion on what is good and what is not. So I'm just acknowledging there are other projects which are doing zero knowledge proofs technology, and Zcash has taken the lead over the years, and they are obviously the strongest team and strongest technology at this moment. But there are other mechanisms which are also being researched and tested, even on the Zcash front end. Like there is the recent research I have seen is for Frost, Frost, that is being tested by Zcash and the community developers and the Ycash developers, which is a friendly fork of Zcash. So they are trying and testing multi-signature shielded transactions, which means this sapling, or I think whatever those shielded transactions are for the next fork or this current fork, they can make multi-signature shielded transactions with their code base. So I see the possibility of multiple, what you say, multiple things which can allow in the future a smart contract capability. Just a possibility and my skepticism. The possibility is because other mechanisms other than zk-SNARK are already being worked on as to facilitate smart contract capabilities. Mina and Ironfish, they are targeting for NFTs and stablecoins and all those things, which are not possible without smart contract kind of capability. But they're using different mechanism than zk-SNARK. So with zk-SNARKs, if it combines with other different technology in the future like Frost, and if there is multi-signature possibility with shielded transactions, and in Komodo, we are using crypto conditions, which are smart contract type transactions, but they are only dependent on transparent transactions. With transparent transactions, it needs to have a multi-signature capability. That is one of the, which is a capability needed for crypto conditions. But if it comes to shielded transactions, I'm kind of skeptical and I'm kind of hopeful it will be possible with shielded transactions to have crypto conditions, which is say work with shielded also. So this is my hope. This is on my opinion that these kind of things are possible. It all depends on the developers and how their research goes. There are multiple ways or pathways which can help make a smart contract kind of things with shielded only transactions blockchain. So this is my understanding at this current state, and my research says.
All right, thank you very much. That's very, very useful. Thank you.
No worries.
Cool. Appreciate it, Satinder.
No worries, mate.
Anything else from the community or anything?
I can't see anything on YouTube or Twitch at the moment.
All right. If that's the case, we'll give it another minute or so, and then if nothing else, then we'll start wrapping up.
Cool.
All right. Going once, going twice. Anything?
No. I don't see any questions, to be honest with you. There, I think there is a discussion, but I can't see the questions.
I think that's it. Alrighty. So since there's nothing else, appreciate everybody coming. Appreciate everyone else speaking. And for Forge and Satinder and for Tim and everyone else that came up and spoke. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you all later.
Save the day, bring the change, empower you to change the game, that's the aim. Never be afraid to trade or get paid. Nobody can trace you on the blockchain. Time for action, now we gain traction. Pirate chain for private transactions, cause we need some free interaction. Here we go, now it's time to catch on. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden run. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. When ARRR is low, gonna buy that dip. Hodl and do some private flips. Following simple finance tips so that one day I can buy a pirate ship. Yeah, stand up and dare to dream big. Doesn't know it's time to be free. Love and respect is what the world needs. And of course, privacy. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden run. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden run. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on, the chain's not cut and the block's not gone. We pirates make our regular call, we're with the captain through and Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden run. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto golden run. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go.